Good morning, ladies. My name is Angélique Dutoit, and I'm one of the brand ambassadors for Look Fabulous Forever. I'm going to show you this morning one of my very light summer makeup for when I'm at home and I don't necessarily want to wear a lot of makeup, but I still want to feel and look good for myself. I've already put my face and eye primer on, and I will then apply the continuous foundation cover in number 2, and I just put one pump on my hand and I blend that with the light look foundation balm in a number 1, so just for a little bit of a lighter cover in the summer months. I will blend that together and then apply that all over, blend it in well. I tend to finish with just a quick smooth with my fingers, and the concealer brush I find incredibly useful for certain areas where I feel it could just do with a little bit more buffing. So for example, around my nose and in some of the areas where it's difficult to get a good buff. And then I use a little bit of concealer for some of those dark spots that I've developed and picked up over the years with too much sun. And finally, a little bit of blusher. I use the peach cream blush, which is of course ideal for my warm tone skin color. So just dab it on the cheekbones and smooth it towards the hairline. Use the blusher brush just to smooth it and to make sure there are no hard lines. Now before I put on my eye makeup, I shall just take the hair out of my face for a bit. There are a number of colours of the eyeshadows that I really like for the summer, just to give a little blush of colour. The one is terracotta, and the one I have chosen for today is the teal green. It obviously goes well with the top that I'm wearing, and it's one of my particular favourites for the summer, as I say, just for a bit of a colour wash. I use the blender brush, which is excellent for giving that little bit of a colour wash. Not too much, but just enough for a little bit of colour in my face and on my eyes. So I've put some on the brush and now just blend it across just above my crease, my eye crease, and just for a little bit of colour I'll take it into the corner of my eye as well, and I will use another blender brush just to give it a bit of a buff to ensure there are no hard lines. To finish, what I will use is either the individual cream eyeshadow, if you have that. I'm using this morning the cream from my soft browns, just to give a little bit of colour on my eyelid. I have hooded eyes, and therefore a little bit of colour on the eyelid is quite important, just to bring my my eyelids forward a little bit. Now I can't put makeup on without an eyeliner, so I will either use one of the eyeshadows, the darker eyeshadows, but I've decided for this morning just to do something a little bit different, and I'm using the Deep Plum eyeliner. It's obviously for speed, but also just for a little bit of different colour. I will take it from the corner of my eye, also a little bit at the bottom of the eyelash line, take it into and just sweep it up a little bit. Now when I use the eyeliner, I tend to use the wedge brush, which again is just such a useful brush to have, and just blend it a little bit to ensure there are no harsh lines. But it's a lovely contrast, and just bit of a different color with the teal. I could, of course, have used the green, the forest green, which again is one of my favorites, or even the brown, the chocolate brown. So in keeping with the summer look, I have decided to use the blonde, the eyebrows. I have very sparse eyebrows because I have plucked them too many times in my use, and I find the blonde is just a lovely light cover for the summer. I tend to use the brown in the winter months or even in the evenings, but for today I think the blonde is just excellent to frame my eyes with a lighter look. So just give it the faint brush lines to emulate the eyebrows. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it is just a wonderful way of creating eyebrows where your eyebrows are very sparse, such as I have, particularly on this eye. So just blend it and create with fine strokes, just create those missing hairs, and then finish with the spoolie brush just to blend it evenly. And again, in keeping with the same color scheme, I shall be using the brown mascara, which will blend beautifully with the blonde bring back brow shape that I've used. I would tend to use a bit more mascara if I'm going out, but I think for just at home, just a light touch of mascara. I don't think any makeup could ever be complete without mascara, but a lighter touch than I possibly would use in the winter months or if I'm going out. And that, ladies, apart from, of course, a lipstick. Now, one of the beauties with the lip balm, I use the lip balm regularly. I have very dry lips, but we still want, well, I certainly still want a little bit of colour, even if I'm at home. And I am absolutely thrilled to bits with the lip balm in the warm shade for the warm coloured tone skins such as myself. So it still gives me a bit of colour and of course keeps my lips moist throughout the day. So a little bit of colour and also a moisturising for dry lips such as mine. That, ladies, is my very quick summer look. I sincerely hope that's given you some tips and ideas. It'd be interesting to know what your favourite summer look fabulous forever products are. What is your routine? What are the products that you feel you have to wear even if you're at home and possibly not seeing anybody, but really just want to look good and feel good for yourself? Which are the products you can't be without? And what would you wear during the summer? Well, I hope that's given you some ideas to perhaps experiment with some different colours you may not have thought of, and just different ways of applying your summer day look. Thank you very much, ladies, for watching. Please do like or add some comments to the bottom of the video. Many thanks.